All right, so we're back again. So I got my pump body, or not the pump body, but the valve body or passages or whatever you feel like calling it. Get that alignment pin in. Found my O-ring. Goes in right here. So I'm going to put a little of that there to keep it in place. This pin keeps wanting to pop out because it's a machine fit. A little air pressure in there. But nonetheless, so I got this guy. Put this back into place. Oopsie. Let's do yourself a favor. Just make sure there's no debris under here when you put it on, because this is a machine fit. So there is no O-ring that goes here, although I could probably find one and put it in. I don't know if it would improve anything because this is my pressure port anyways. It's really kind of strange to me. But be that as it may, yeah, I don't get this. Because my pressure port is, get this lined up, falling right under here. Let me see where that falls. I got some grease on that. We'll get an indication as to where it's going to be. If I can get this lined up. There we go. Pull it back off. Okay. That's where my O-ring is going to go. So it's irrelevant because that's the pressure port. That's where the drive gear or the drive shaft comes through. All this is irrelevant. This is a lube feed port that comes through. I hope you can see this is in frame. Obviously, it's a lube port that comes in. So be that as it may, no, that's my pin port. What am I thinking? It's not a port at all, actually. But there is a hole here. It's for lube. This goes down. It can be a little tricky because you have to. It's such a machine fit. It's got to go down evenly on both sides. And then it goes in. Ta-da. Now I got to get these back into place. There's my gear. There it is. That one goes down. That just fell through. Thank you. Put that there. Put your other alignment pin here. Put that over the top. And then this guy. Now we go ahead and push down on these, and you can see they're just about, hopefully I can get this in frame, they're just about equal in height. Nothing underneath that one, nothing there. And more importantly, you can see the top of my drive cog right here. Maybe 1/1000th of an inch, 1500ths of an inch below this piece right here, below the gear itself. So I'm happy with that. And what I did, and it's all I could do, was push this bushing back up, because after looking at it and trying to find a way, there's really nothing I could use to space this because of the way the chamber is made in here. There's a bearing down here and a bearing further up here, and there's a gap. There's a void in here, so I can't put a piece of nylon in there to keep it into position, because centrifugal force will just throw it out and it'll be stuck in between this bearing and the bearing that's way up here. So there's bearing, and then an air gap in there. And anything I put in there is not going to stay. I know that. And I can't get anything in there because the diameter, the ID of the bearing diameter is equal to the shaft, but the hole is much larger. So anything I put in there is going to sling out. So trying to do that would be absolutely irrelevant. It would not serve any purpose, so I'm not even going to try. So I just, actually it was the backside of a drill I used, which had a flat surface to it. And I just tapped that bushing down, about 1.5 millimeters. We'll see how it works out. Get this on here, get these bolts started, get these bolts on. I did put that O-ring back. I think I already explained that. Go ahead and tighten these up. Get that guy out of my way, make my work easier. Now, I would advise you not to get all crazy and give this 2 or 3 ugga-duggas and a fart and a grunt, because I get a funny feeling that this is easily to warp. And you don't want to do that because it is a machined fit to the body here. So you certainly don't want to over-tighten it and twist and warp it and give yourself all kinds of problems that you don't need with fluid pressure loss. And truth be told, these weren't very tight in the first place. If I had to guess, I would say they were probably 12 Newton meters, whatever that converts to in foot pounds or inch pounds. I can convert it for you, but just don't feel like it today. Not having the best day. Okay, so that's straight, that's together. Once again, a little lube on the shaft because it does go through a bearing. Want to go in and engage. And we look to be okay. I certainly hope so, because that's all I got. Can't really do much more. Then we put the motor on. Turn this guy here. It's 6 and 12. Fingers are a little greasy, so I can't turn it. Grab some pliers. Hope I didn't jam it up. Should turn freely. Yeah, pump turns freely. See, ta-da! It's a little sticky at first, but it does move because it is a tight fit in there. But you know, it does turn freely. So I line this 6 and 12 along with this shaft here. It's almost there now. Then put this together. And if it don't go, don't force it. Last thing you want to do is break something, because then it starts getting really expensive when things break. And if you're doing this for somebody else, now you got to explain to them why it costs so much because you broke it. But hey, it was broke when it got here. I'm just trying to unbreak it. And if you're looking for a motor, here's a part number for it. This number will cross-reference, this AME 1741. Takes a little time to find it. But you can find it. There's a cross-reference for it, and that is some type of universal number. Not quite sure. If anybody knows what that is, electric motor people, give a shout out, let me know. Because I do not know. I Googled it, I found a new motor, but obviously the motor wasn't the problem. So that's it for this. Well, there is, excuse me, there is this valve assembly that I got to mount on here, but I'm going to clean it up a little bit before I put it back on. But it simply mounts right up here. A couple of ports, some bolt holes. Life is good. So that is that, and that will be the end of this. Oh, yeah, I told you what I did. I just pushed up the bushing because it's all I could do. If I have an issue with it again in the future, I will see if I can't find the appropriate bushing to push into this body, and I'll just push one out, push in a new one, resize it to the dimensions of the shaft, and go from there. But with the lengthening of the drive pin that turns the gear, I think I'm going to be good because this unit's a 2016. It's got 8 years. It's got a lot of time on it. It's not your average personally owned RV. This guy does rent it out. He uses it 3 or 4 times a year and then he rents it. So you can imagine what it goes through. I can tell you I've seen what it goes through because I have to fix some of the interior plastic, the door handles, the refrigerator handles. Just, yeah, it's a whole different world when it's not yours. Not everybody, and I don't want to categorize people like that, but it seems if you have no skin in the game, some just don't give a rip about it. So it gets a little abused, but it's well maintained. Anyways, I'll get off my soapbox. That's what I got for now. When this is all said and done, I'll shoot a video if this thing works. I'm sure it will, and let you know how it turns out. But for now, have a great day.